Y'all forget I do deck profiles too? Alright, so what's up, you guys? It's Machuca, back from the dead. I am coming today with my, I guess, very own creation. A little spice from my room, the Machina Infinitrack deck. I actually came up with the idea only because I saw a few other deck profiles, but everyone was mentioning trying to use Infinitrack anchor drill, which was expensive, but thanks to the reprint, more accessible to me now. So, yeah, hope you like the deck. Here we go. So for this, we're using two of the big boys, Machina Citadel. This guy is the new addition to the structure deck, the revamp of the deck. He is really amazing. He's basically a Raigeki to anything under his attack, or less. And he also can be brought back every time an Earth Machine is either destroyed by card effect or by battle. So if you want, you can also run in with the little guys, bring him out. And yeah, he's a really good oppressor for other decks. We're running two new of the cards, the Metal Cruncher. This card, basically your like pot of duality kind of. Every time he's normal or special, you get to reveal three Machina, well actually three Earth Machines, so you could search your Infinitrack monsters. Or you can add Infinitracks, anything. You can reveal any three Earth Machines. Your opponent adds one random one to your hand, and from there you just go off. We are running three of the Air Raider. A lot of people are running two. I actually like running three because this card is during your opponent's turn, and having a disruption during your opponent's turn is better than your own turn. The other one that people were saying to run only two of was Irradiator. I actually like running three because this one lets you go off during your turn. You bring out Possessed Storage. You can pop himself, bring out Possessed Storage from the grave. You summon Possessed Storage, and Possessed Storage can bring this guy back. So instant either rank 4 or rank 8 plays if you have Anchor Drill on the board. The other card, we got Possessed Storage. This card is great. I know there's more cards coming out of like the evil Machinas. There's one right now that's I think just like a Kaloop, but it's not really that great. Possessed Storage and the one that's coming out soon, these guys are really great. He lets you summon any Machina from the grave. The effects are negated for that turn, but that's fine. If you bring out Citadel, it's negated during your turn, and during your opponent's turn, it's live and you can pop the board, and he can tribute any Machina on the field and pop a back row as well, which is really good. Then the simple card back in the day, Machina Gear Frame. Same, no need to explain about that guy, just searches. The Infinitracks Anchor Drill. This card is amazing. You can summon any Earth Machine from your hand, and he can target any Earth or Machine monster on the field. Combine their levels. You can make any rank 8s, any rank 9s. This card is an instant calamities if you get the right hand, and having calamities along with the Citadel is really busted. Then you got three Trenchers. This card is basically the best way to get your Cyber Giant Infinity. You tribute any Earth, summon it. You can also use Machine Dupe on it. We don't really run that card, but it's an option. Our Pot of Avarice for the deck, the one Tunneler. This one reshuffles any 5 Earth Machine monsters in your grave back to the deck. You draw 2 after that just by banishing it. I say that's really good. And then for the hand traps, you have to play the Cyframe package. This card, amazing. Even if you don't see it, as long as you have all these hand traps, it's the best. 2 Ash, 2 Veilers, and 2 Ghost Ogres. I was gonna run maybe just 3 Ash and 3 Veilers, but I decided to try out Ogre because it's an underrated card. Most people don't like it because it pops and then they still get some of their effects, but I mean, able to remove a piece from their board so they don't link anymore is better than nothing. For the spells, we run a low spell count because you mostly use machines. This deck is a lot of machines. I think it's like There's a lot of monsters too. It's I think like 26 monsters or something like that. I think like 30 more. For the spells, we run triple Machina redeployment. This card is really good. It lets you discard a card, search for any Machina monster, or if you discard a Machina card, you get to search for any 2 Machina cards as well, which is the best thing because you can search a Citadel or an Irradiator or both. Pitch the Citadel, summon the Irradiator, and then start doing your plays from there. The other card that I decided to use is Heavy Forward. This card on activation, it searches for any Infinitrack monster. I was going to run 3 of this, but I decided 2 because the only other effect that it has is if you have an Xyz Infinitrack monster on the field, you can put this as its material, which is good, but you just want it for the search. You want to see that Anchor Drill. You want to see that Trencher as fast as you can, and that's pretty much the only reason it's there. If they pop it, it's fine. You got your search, that's all that matters. This deck does lose to a lot of back row, so we run double Twin Twister and double Cosmic Cyclone because back row is the enemy of this deck. This deck cannot function if we got a 1-for-1, a skill drain, or anything like that on the field. And then the last trap is the Machina Overdrive. This card is actually pretty cool. You get to tribute any machine monster, summon any Machina monster from the deck. So if you have a gear frame that you summoned, got ashed, you could just tribute it, summon a Citadel, and then use Citadel, pop your opponent's board, make sure they they don't do anything. And in the grave, you could also banish this, shuffle 3 Machina cards, or I think monsters, one of those, and put them back into the deck and draw 1. So another good like mini Pot of Avarice as well. That was for the main. For the extra deck, we are running 2 Infinitrack Goliaths. This guy is pretty cool. You get to use any non-link Infinitrack monster to summon him. So you can use any of the Xyz, summon him, and then either link him away, tribute him with a Trencher to summon himself, and then this guy in the grave, if a Xyz monster is on the board, you can attach this to him as a material. And while it's attached, it can be destroyed by card effects, so that's pretty cool. We only play 1 Cliff or Genius. I was thinking about cutting this guy out, but there's times where I can only just make him and negate my opponent's monster so I could do something. So he's not bad, but he's not great. I'm pretty sure there's other better choices. But for now, I just run him just because he's an Earth Machine, and if he dies, I can trigger Citadel off of that. We run 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Exciton Knight, and 1 Gear Gigant. We only run these rank 4s. Dweller is Dweller. This card is just good to any deck that uses grave effects. Gear Gigant lets us search our Earth Machines. And Exciton, I just needed another rank 4 that was good and able to do stuff, probably get rid of boards, and what better card than Exciton now it's back at 1, so might as well. That's it for the rank 4s. Our rank 5s are the best ones. We got Infinitrack River Stormer. This card, it lets you attach a monster your opponent I think has on the field or their top deck, if I'm correct. Yeah, you attach 1 material from your opponent's board to him so you can get rid of any monster they have. And then if he is in the grave and you have a link monster on the field, you can tribute that link monster, summon him back. And if you do it with the Goliath, you tribute the Goliath, summon him, and the Goliath equips back into him. So you already have a dude that can take out a monster on the board by just attaching to him. He's unable to be destroyed by card effects and has a material on him as well. So that's pretty cool. And then Infinity Package, you have to. You're playing rank level 5 machines. This guy is a must for those kind of decks. You are able to make rank 8s. So we play our Orcus Dingirsu, a Divine Dragon, Knight Felgrand, and a Titanic Galaxy. Felgrand, I wasn't going to play him. I kind of wanted to run 2 Dingirsus, but I only have the 1. So if you have multiple Dingirsus, I would recommend use 2 Dingirsus and 1 Titanic, or 2 Titanic and 1 Dingirsu. These cards are amazing. The Felgrand is good at times. You can negate your opponent's monster, or you can protect himself, or protect any other monster on the field for you. So it's not a bad choice, but I wouldn't use that. I would rather use like Dingirsu or Titanic. And for our rank 9s, we play the 1 Calamities because we can actually make them because of Anchor Drill. And the other Infinitrack, Earth Slicer, also level 9. I mean, a rank 9. He's pretty much the same thing as Stormer, except I believe you could attach 1 XYZ from this guy and increase his attack by 1,000 so you can run over something. But it's the same thing. If you got Infinitrack or a Link monster on the field, you can pop it, or I mean tribute it, summon him, and go off from there. But the better choice is Calamities. There's no need to explain Calamities. He's amazing. Alright, so yeah, that was my Infinitrack Machina deck. It's actually like really fun to play. You should try it if you're able to. If you're not able to get all the cards, as long as you have the Machina stuff and the Infinitrack stuff, it's really fun. You can combine it with like any other Earth machines, and yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. It's not really competitive. It's more for like with your homies or anything. But yeah, go ahead and try it out, and I mean, let me know in the comments if you did, and let me know if it worked for you, because it usually does work for me. So usually, I'm gonna just put that out there lightly. And yeah, I guess this is Machuca signing out.